There we go. We're getting going now. We are going to test the gate efficiency here. Slamming a semi into it. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Can the gate handle it? Today I will show you how to make something similar to this and animate it. Animated. You can also download this. So obviously we're going to have to jump back into Blender or your 3D editing software of choice and make some type of gate, because I need a really big spooky Halloween gate with some gargoyles. I need that, and I would like to show you how to animate the gate, because I had told all you guys on my previous videos that I would make this for you if I got a lot of love on the videos, and I got a lot of love. So I'm going through right now inside Blender, just designing up something kind of basic so I can show you how it works. And then I'm actually going to be throwing it in Substance Painter as well, just so we can get that spooky effect we're going for. And if you guys are interested, down below in the description, you can download this Halloween mod. And happy Halloween, guys. When you download the mod, you can use it as a template as well for making your own placeable model. Like I said, all you got to do is model them up, throw them in game, and then we're going to import them into the template and animate these doors that you see right now. Now we're in GE here, and I've imported it into the Placeable template. It's a very basic template. It has your clear areas, your level areas, your test areas, your tip occlusion update areas. It does not have a tip occlusion in it, and our visuals where we have these guys right here. And we are going to animate our left gate and right gate. So in order to do that, we're going to need first a trigger. So I have imported in a trigger, but we'll need to place it in front of our gate here, obviously. Maybe even resize it a little bit so you can access it from both sides. Especially since the door is going to open one way. Okay, so now we have that done. We will freeze transform, scale that out. Good job. The next issue we have is these are just what the game calls a mesh. It's just a visual thing. You can walk right through it. So we need to create a collision that is going to block the door, obviously, when it's closed. So let's copy one of our collisions that we have in here. And I pasted it inside of the door. So when I move the door, it moves with it. But we need to size this collision to the door now. So let's make it nice and tiny, slim it down. I think probably something, getting close, something like that. To zoom up and look at it. Almost need a light in here. We can create a light. If you're having a hard time seeing, just make sure we're going to delete that before we put it in game. So let's double check here. I can use a little bit more, make it a little fatter too, so I can see where it is. The tedious stuff, guys, the tedious stuff. Okay, that's plenty good enough for me, I think. And we will freeze transformation it, the scale. Except up here under rigid body, it was selected as a static, but we're going to change that to, I think it's cinematic. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. But we're going to change it to that. And then when we do that, we will copy it, click on our right gate, and paste it in there. And we should be able to just reverse our translate number and it slide right into position. So now when we animate this door, the collision will actually be there, and we will use this trigger. Using that template, everything's already coded up for the clear areas, the level areas, but we will go through and explain that. The clear area start is going to be where the game starts to clear out any grass, hedges, plants, stuff like that. And you have a start node, and then underneath that you have two children, a width and a height. And they're only supposed to be working on their own little translate. So you notice here how it's only translating on translate Z. And then we'll click on height. It is on the X translate. So we'll scoot that on over to where it makes a box. It doesn't need the fourth trans node here to tell the game that this makes a box. It's going to delete all the grass in there. That's good enough right now. Now there's two ways to do the level areas, which is basically levels out the area. It's really nice in certain maps where the ground is not level at all. But a quick way to do that is we can just copy our clear area, paste it under level areas, and delete the first one. And now, unless you want to do something different or you have other ideas of what you want leveled, it'll be identical to your clear area. And for our test area, this is where the game, I believe initially when you're going to buy this and place it down, it's going to be like, okay, is this area you want to be good? So I would copy, I click on clear area start, and I copy this information here holding Control, Shift, and C, and it copies all three of these translates, and we'll paste that into our start area, and it should put it right about the same area where our clear area is. Now the other half of this one is going to be way over here and tall. So what I like to do is zero this out and try to roughly remember where you set your last your clear area height. So I'm over just a little bit. Perfect. So now the game's going to test to make sure that we can put this placeable right there. And for the tip occlusion update areas, man, some of these are tongue twisters. You can copy these same numbers again, paste it, and instead of down here with our start area, we're going to paste that one in here. So it's going to put it right there. Now we take our start area end because we needed to test the Y as well. This is the only one that you lift up high because if the game detects a tree or something blocking it, it will stop you from buying it. Now I don't have a tip collision in here because this is just a basic gate. These are just normal meshes, and I went through and I already created collisions for these. So we really just need to delete this light out of here, hit save, and open up the template XML. Now inside of the XML, I just copy and pasted the large pumpkin XML and renamed it Gargoyle Gate. So I just gonna go through, and because there's not a lot of code to change, just change all this. I don't even know how to spell gargoyle. Did I spell that right? I think I did. And as we scroll down here, make sure our i3D matches up with our folder, because under here, under our i3D, we'll be looking for Gargoyle Gate. Scroll down, and this is what I meant by you didn't have to change anything, because this test area is i3D mapped down here, and it's real basic. This is all you need to put a placeable in game, and you can add more to it later on. But all that stuff is already hooked up for you. And we go into animated objects now, and you can copy and paste this out and put it into your placeable very easily, just as long as you have everything that's inside of this tag here, animated objects. So I've already named it gate 2, but I have not hooked up the part node yet. So let's go in, and because we're gonna have to make 2 parts, let's go back to our i3D very quickly, and we need to know what node this is. Oh, wrong i3D. Correct i3D. All right, so our first one is going to be 051. We're going to copy that up there, and we're going to paste this into here. And we're doing rotation. You can also do translation, but with most gates, it's going to be some type of rotation, right? And currently our rotation is 0, 0, and 0. So that is our starting point. When we click the button, we want it to, do we want it to open up, or do we want it to go the other way? I think we want it to go the other way. So a negative 90. Let's see what that looks like, negative 90. So we're going to tell the game we want it to go negative 90. So before the animation, that is time 0. We're 0, 0, 0. At the end of the animation, it's a duration of, let's do 2 seconds. So and then we will change the rot here. So now that's the way it's going to rotate. And we need to do the other door now. If we'll remember that name, that would be 5-2. And it'll probably be the opposite. It'll probably be a positive 90. And we will have it go positive 90. So change our index here. Remove that. Not looping. Now we didn't tell it where the trigger node is. The trigger node is this player trigger, and we've already stretched it to a decent point here to where you'll be able to open it. Let's copy down its index path and put it inside of here. And next we have our sounds. We're going to end up changing some templates around, but to get it going, we do need to change this link node because this is where the sound is going to originate from. And you can, for the most part, pick anywhere. So like if we wanted to pick this transform group right in the center here, we could just pick 06 and it would put it at that sound right there. But because we have our trigger node at 7, let's just do the 7 one. That is fully animated now. We could go buy it in game and open the gate. Well, there we go. Got her in game. Let's go see if she works. And then we'll show you one more little trick. Well, sweet. There's a huge gate. Full collisions, right? I can't walk through it. Sweet deal. All right, let's jump back in and I will show you a couple last little tricks, and that'll be the end of it, I think, my friends. So back in here on the control section, you'll see positive text and negative text. And when we very first walked up to the gate, you'll notice it said launch. That's because this original code was on a missile. Long story, but we're going to change that to open gate. And you can do this in your language. You can also do 110 H10, but if you're making this just for your own personal self, there we go. Close gate. Now when we go in to open that up, it'll actually change the label you see. We'll hit save on that. And back in here with this bad boy, we will walk up on our big old gate. And now it says close and open gate. If you like this video, you want to see more, I am fueled by your comments and likes and questions. Let me know down below what problems you're having with placeables. Maybe we can make a video on it. If you haven't seen my new video on how to in-game any 3D model to your farm sim game, you should go check out this video.